This discussion is between Cristiano Ronaldo and Mohamed Salah for the right wing Premier League era. Combined 11.
Mohamed Salah has literally come in the last 5-6 years and taken over the Premier League goal scoring charts.
How many golden boots?
3 golden boots in the last 4 against the likes of
European Cup, Premier League 1 season.
I'm accepting all of that.
The 3P as well. Even
I'm accepting all of that, but I'm not accepting it on the right wing.
Right, guys, you're here today to agree on an 11 for the Premier League all-time era.
I'm glad it's not current.
I was just going to say, I love the way you guys have put all-time Premier League, but it is what it is.
You got some talking to do, some explaining. Where do you want to begin?
We're going straight in, not even no friendly chit-chat or nothing.
Look,
friendly chit-chat, Liverpool Man United, Adam, come on.
Yeah, it's not.
But yeah.
It won't be very friendly if we move to the centre mids.
Oh my God. I think you're going to get your heart broken here, you know. And it's early on in the show.
Wouldn't be the first time.
It's early on in the show. But if we're doing 2 midfielders, it can only be Keane and Scholes, I'm sorry. Stevie Gerrard don't get
There's absolutely no need to be sorry because the beauty of my man is he literally can play in any of those positions. So either way, my man's getting in. So you're not breaking this heart.
We can't, because if we just start taking wingers, then he's taking Ronaldo, Giggs, Salah, Beckham. So we can't put him out wide.
Then the suggestion, with obviously Mr. Judge's permission, will be a possible formation change. Because literally, I think he knows Steven Gerrard has to be in this team.
He has a chance.
I don't know where.
He doesn't have to. Because if you've got Roy Keane, you've got the leader, you've got a player who's got great passing ability, defensive, box to box earlier on in his career, won it 3 times in a row, the Premier League title that is, won the European Cup. Paul Scholes won it 3 times in a row on 2 occasions, won 2 European Cups. They changed the game, and as a partnership,
it's hard to beat.
I don't think there's better in the Premier League.
What do you think?
Listen, at the end of the day, I'm not going to argue with Keane because everyone has a favourite from even a rival that you know walks into any era's 11. And I'm humble enough to say Roy Keane walks into every era of an all-time 11.
Yeah.
But I think Adam's got to be a bit flexible and say Steven Gerrard walks into every era.
So you think it's got to be Keane, and instead of Scholes, you've got to go for Gerrard?
I think Keane and Gerrard would be.
No.
I think
that's what he's saying.
If we do a team here and Keane and Scholes aren't in it, then maybe we do that.
So you look, I'm willing to go for a formation change as long as all parties agree.
To be fair, Gerrard is one of about 2 players that makes it in for Liverpool.
Wow. So to be fair.
And I think
if you want a formation change, and Adam is okay with it.
And I think Scholes doesn't get into the conversation when it comes to Gerrard. Because look, at the end of the day, your greatest manager, Mr. Man United, Alex Ferguson, speaks of Steven Gerrard as an absolute unreal player.
That doesn't mean he doesn't.
I'd say listen to Fergie.
Scholes though.
You really reckon if he had the chance to start Steven Gerrard, he wouldn't pick him and he wouldn't get into this team?
Not if it meant losing Scholes. He spoke about Gerrard when Keane left. Not when Keane was there.
Right, we're going to have to get to an answer here. We could argue about this all day.
I don't think there's much of an argument. I don't think we should argue.
No. Right. We've got 3 midfield options.
Let's change the formation.
Yeah, we're willing to go with 4-3-3.
I'm willing to be flexible there, yeah.
Okay, Adam.
So that means Gerrard, Keane, Scholes.
It does. We've got Liverpool.
Or Keane, Gerrard, Scholes, whatever.
Either way, we've got the 3 midfielders.
I think that makes amazing sense.
Give me 2 red bad boys, come on.
You've got 2 of them. You do the honours, mate. And there's your one.
There,
I must mention, we've got a Liverpool away kit, so it's white.
Cheers, mate.
Can't have 2 red.
No, it's all right. No problem.
There we go. Good start. I think it's a good opportunity to move swiftly on to this position right here. The right wing.
Ronaldo,
yeah.
Or David Beckham's position. It's a big debate, that, isn't it, them two?
Really? Like you're really going to look me in the eye and say David Beckham or Cristiano Ronaldo on the right wing? Like, Mr. Judge even is going to look and think Cristiano Ronaldo played his best football on this side. On that side, you're just throwing names in for the sake of Man United, I believe, because I think again...
Throw a name, come on, for the sake, David Beckham,
sure,
in '99, best player in the world, won a treble, won the league 3 times in a row. He was...
See, I'm going to be hit with this. I'm going to be hit with this.
And then we had Cristiano Ronaldo, 40 plus goals in a season, a Ballon d'Or, European Cup, a Premier League title.
Adam, not from there, is it though? You know
this. Play both sides.
You know
this
this
all across the front three.
Grizz, I want to hear Talk
Well,
to
I think
me.
he's deflecting. He knows he's deflecting. Yeah,
You
You
know
can't
who
talk
you
about
vote
the
for
left wing because that's reserved for one man only.
I think
so
your
how
argument's-
many mans do you want to reserve here? Like, well, I don't know. You're just reserving everywhere. Like, it's like you guys have been done
we
this
are the
before.
Premier League,
Like,
though, innit?
it's like this is pre-planned before me. Like,
are the
what's
Premier
going on
League.
here?
You haven't mentioned the player that you're going for right
Well,
wing
the thing
there.
is, I don't want to mention him. That's how obvious it is. I want you to say
Because the
it.
only
Okay.
one that's got a sniff.
Come on, bro.
I'm going to say it, and I think we're going to have Grizz's backing here. This discussion is between Cristiano Ronaldo and Mohamed Salah for the right wing Premier League era combined 11. Is that correct?
That's
Oh yeah, we'll go with Ronaldo.
That is absolutely correct. But I think, but the beauty of it is, I can't argue against Ronaldo in this team, but I most certainly can argue about Ronaldo on the right wing as opposed to Mohamed Salah, because Ronaldo done his work on the left. This guy is just from a left wing, a right wing position, guys.
You have an argument there. From the right wing role.
He's just won 3 out of 4 golden boots.
From the
Should've
right wing
won.
role, I understand what you're saying.
Should've won.
Ronaldo has won and done less, from the right wing position.
Sirs.
From the left.
No, wait.
on both sides, man. Right wing.
Yeah,
in the
he-
Champions
he
League, it was him
rotated.
and Wes Brown on the right. Let's
But
not
he was
forget.
mainly known for the
Him
left
and Hargreaves
side.
occasionally
And
on
now
the
he
right.
plays at striker. So there is an
played on the
argument.
left sometimes.
Grizz has a point.
Wayne Rooney played on the left.
Adam,
and we
absolutely.
had Carlos Tevez as well.
Adam, 3 golden boots in the
Ballon
against the
d'Or,
likes of so
European Cup,
so-
Premier League, one season.
I'm accepting all of
The
that.
3P as well. Even
I'm accepting all of that, but I'm not accepting it on the right wing.
We could possibly contemplate putting him on the left.
I see. So what you're willing to say is, if we take the right wing role and give it to Mo
And
Salah,
if we put Ronaldo on the left, we could put Beckham.
I think there's an argument for Ronaldo on the left when we get to it.
Realistically, it's Beckham versus Salah, and I think Salah wipes the floor with
As the judge, I'm gonna mention, in their prime, Ronaldo was at Real Madrid. That's where he won most his
No,
Champions
but
Leagues,
you
his
could
Ballon
let him land.
d'Ors.
He's got a very good point.
Mo
He's
Salah,
He's got a very good
Mo
point.
Salah in
He's got a
his
very good
prime
point.
is winning Premier Leagues, Champions
No
Leagues,
Ballon d'Or.
all the cups,
It's a voting system
personal
like us.
accolades, different story. We can get onto that.
But
But
whether
for
it was
what-
his prime or not doesn't matter.
For
Because
trophies-
his prime is up here and Salah's prime's down
But then,
there.
if you,
But we're not
hold on,
arguing-
Ronaldo at United was still above Salah.
do you get where the argument's not going?
I understand
I get where the argument's going. I
both
don't-
arguments, right? But I think there's space for Ronaldo in the whole front three. If we're talking for right winger,
No,
the
but we're
best
not taking
right
this
winger.
away from Rooney,
Oh, no.
Cantona.
You're thinking
Absolutely.
far too ahead, mister. You're thinking far too ahead. Let's focus on this because there's
This is
only one.
this is difficult because on one hand, if we get Ronaldo in here, where else do we get Liverpool anywhere else? This is a Premier League era we're talking about.
Calma.
We're going to get onto that. I think we've got to give this
Whoa,
one.
there's a bit of biasness already here from the judge. I'm
He's
fighting a
just
lost
sensible,
cause
man.
here.
If we're looking at the
You
Premier League
guys
era,
have pre-planned
Man
this.
United, any
You guys have pre-planned this, man. Like
I don't know.
it's
This is
just obvious.
it's just obvious.
When you win 13
Let's-
Premier League,
If you're saying
Sympathy
obvious,
vote. Let's
you're
give this
saying
to Mo
obvious.
Salah.
No, there's no
it's not
sympathy vote.
sympathy
No,
though.
no.
Salah deserves it.
No, he does.
We can
He
say
does. And I think we will continue
But
discussion.
David Beckham, though.
But currently, I'm
I'm
gonna.
telling you now, the comments are going to be flying
coming.
and they're going to be.
It's coming out. You're doing the honours. Right wing spot.
Thank you, sir.
Grizz.
I mean, I don't
Get
want
that
to
red chip out.
Winner,
straight.
winner.
Come on.
Chicken dinner.
This ain't a sympathy vote, though.
I'm not happy with
Do I not like that?
All right, get a red chip out. Come on.
No, well, we'll get to it.
Yeah, let's get to it.
Yeah. You want to go straight to it?
Cristiano Ronaldo over there.
You want to go on to the left
See,
wing
the thing
position?
is, I feel as though you just fought.
We
fought
can't
with
not
me
put
for
Ronaldo in his team. He should have been over here,
Yeah.
and Ryan Giggs potentially
He
could have been over
absolutely
there.
shouldn't have been over there, but I'm absolutely admitting he should be here.
Yeah.
So that's how
fair.
it works, right?
We've got to fit space for Ronaldo. The striker position's another argument. I think it's fair to say we're giving
let's
you.
go.
Yep.
Yeah, go on.
We've agreed. So the wingers are now Mohamed Salah and Cristiano Ronaldo. There you go. You do the honours.
Both had 40
Beautiful.
goal seasons, to be fair to him.
Wingers complete. Striker position. I feel like there's going to be a bit
Where
of
do we
arguing going
start?
on. There's a lot of options. There's only one place.
It's a toss-up. You got Andy Cole, obviously. You've got Wayne Rooney, Ruud van Nistelrooy, Eric Cantona. Those are the 4 that are in the front of my mind. Who you got?
And I like the names. The names he's brought off are, he's rattled off a few names, and I can rattle off a few names that may have given him hard time in the past as well. I can mention Michael Owen, Robbie Fowler, a certain Fernando Torres, Luis Suarez, who may not be everyone's cup of tea off the pitch, or even on the pitch in certain situations, but in terms of talent.
Yeah. When he wanted to turn it on, he was better than anyone else.
In terms of, the 13-14 season, I think every neutral witnessed that season. For me, still the single most amazing season from a forward for a player.
Yeah. You got a good argument for
He was
that.
an amazing player, and that season he was unreal. But ultimately what happened at the end happened. The one you have to go with, and he should be in any Premier League all-time 11, is Wayne Rooney.
Wayne Rooney. I knew he'd go for this. It's
Wayne
hard to fight an argument against Wayne Rooney during the Premier League era.
I think it's 8 league titles,
Yeah.
a European Cup, all sorts of different goals. He was a playmaker, he was a striker. When he had to be the main man, he'd be the main man. When Ronaldo was floating across the front three, he would sacrifice himself. I think if you're looking at a team player, you're looking at a footballer, you're looking at the level of goals and everything. Wayne Rooney's a complete player.
Grizz, have you got anything to say?
He's a complete Premier League player, Wayne Rooney.
So again, Wayne Rooney is one of those players that I do rate in terms of a player. Of course, the rivalry aside, I'm not going to sit here and Wayne Rooney is not a great player, absolutely fantastic player. I think it's not a foregone conclusion as used to seemingly are making it. I think Luis Suarez was literally a genius on the pitch.
No, he was.
People are looking at his flaws, and of
even
course,
you look at what he did at Barcelona as well. It was
I was just going to
amazing.
say he went on, one of the few players that have left Liverpool and went on and to prove, and not only at Barcelona, at Atletico Madrid.
The problem is, we're talking about a Premier League era, and that's not in the Premier League.
Sure, but he didn't do bad in the Premier League while he was here. 70 goals in 111 Premier. That's amazing, insane
Most away
levels.
goals in the Premier League from Wayne Rooney as well, by the way.
Insane levels.
Most
of course,
away
no, in longevity-wise. Look, I tell you what, Adam, I'm fair. Longevity-wise and everything that you brought to the table, I accept. And Wayne Rooney was no.
I think it's like Gerrard. You know, if we looked at this team at the end and Wayne Rooney weren't on it, you'd be like, huh?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Something's gone wrong there.
We have one striker, and that is going to Wayne Rooney. I'm sorry, Grizz.
It's only right, man.
Another
It's only right.
Premier League era.
I hope there's a vote.
Get down in the comments.
Public vote.
We've done a lot of forward talking. We've got the front three settled, midfield complete. I think it's time for a solid centre-back duo. A combined Premier League era. Liverpool versus Manchester United. We've got to agree on 2.
If I was going to include Liverpool players, I'd go 2 of 4. Rio Ferdinand, I think, is the greatest Premier League defender ever. Nemanja Vidic, who was sublime next to him. Those two, with Van der Sar, Evra, broke record after record, the most clean sheets in the Premier League era. So you got Rio Ferdinand, Nemanja Vidic, Jaap Stam, won the treble, was amazing. The only thing with Jaap Stam is he didn't have the longevity in the Premier League, and he went on to do great things at AC Milan and so on. And then Virgil van Dijk, for obvious reasons. I think it has to be 2 of them 4, personally.
Grizz, what's your thinking?
I'm thinking it's one of those decisions where you stick Virgil van Dijk in there and then you say who partners him. Because this guy is just a phenomenal centre-back in every single way. Rio Ferdinand, again, one of my favourite centre-backs in terms of putting rivalries aside. Jaap Stam, for me, was an absolute. He had it all. He literally had it all.
So you think Stam should be in this team?
I'd struggle not to pick a Stam in this team.
Seriously?
Yeah, because that's how much I rated him. Jaap Stam was.
Okay, fine. So are we agreeing on the first position being Stam? We'll get on to the other.
No.
Because it seems like you're supporting a man.
Who he's saying alongside Stam.
Okay, fine.
Do you know where I was going with this? Though?
Right.
I just want to put my admiration for Jaap Stam out there.
Yeah. Jaap
Right?
Stam was
Absolutely. No.
Is that okay? I think there was no
But if we're
weakness in Jaap
talking
Stam's game.
2 players, Premier League era.
Yeah, look, Virgil van Dijk is, you know, the term Rolls Royce of a defender is just thrown out willy-nilly at every guy that can just pass the ball a bit.
Of Rio,
you know, they started calling Harry Maguire Rolls Royce. Do you know what I mean?
No one called him that.
Yeah, I'm sure I can find a clip.
At Leicester.
Yeah, I can find a clip somewhere.
After the was a fridge, that's not.
But now, innit?
Rolls
That's
Royce
now.
don't make fridges.
Respect for Harry Maguire.
When he ran out with the ball a few times, it was like, oh, Rolls Royce. Come on, man. It was like a truck, man. Come on, not Rolls Royce. Virgil van Dijk is nailed.
Grizz, I've got a question for you.
Sir.
Is he the best centre-back for Liverpool in the Premier League era?
Is
that your number one argument?
There's
here?
no shadow of a doubt. I can.
He's behind Rio and Stam, you know.
I can suggest.
Okay.
He's behind both.
I've given admiration to Stam.
You think Virgil van Dijk is behind Jaap
Rio's
Stam?
the best defender in Premier League era.
Rio, I think,
Like Rio was
as
a dead
duo,
cert for
but
this
we
team.
have to agree on 2 here.
Rio is a dead cert.
I think Rio.
Rio should be the only guarantee.
I think by the
Rio, for me, is a guarantee.
I think by the time Virgil van Dijk retires from Liverpool, I think Rio will admit, yeah, do you know what? He had more attributes than me, better than me. I'm just saying.
Rio Ferdinand and Vidic had the most clean sheets in Premier League era consecutive.
But you're going for Stam over Vidic, though.
Yeah, because Stam for me was.
The thing is, Rio Ferdinand.
It's like I said, Stam don't have a flaw.
Rio Ferdinand, if you think and work with me, Rio Ferdinand was bought as the you already was winning leagues. He was already very successful.
Not the time Rio Ferdinand.
When Rio Ferdinand came, he was the icing on the cake, right? Virgil van Dijk is our cake, man. We're fasting otherwise if we didn't bring in Virgil.
I'm going to conclude this. We've had our discussions. I think both of you got a very good argument. So I'm going to give you both.
But as I said, I admired Jaap Stam's
Do I have to just
ability.
pick who?
So here we go.
I have to say who that is.
I'm going to say now, Rio Ferdinand, Virgil van Dijk. That is the centre.
Well, that's if he...
Sorry,
you might have wanted
Sorry,
to...
Jaap.
No, but he might have wanted to...
Now Rio has to be in.
Rio
He's
has
the greatest Premier League
And
defender.
so does Virgil van Dijk.
But I
Rio
think-
put up a good
but I think-
argument.
but I think-
Rio Ferdinand and Jaap Stam are what they think Van Dijk is.
But
We'll leave the comments to the side. Left back. I think I know what we're going to be arguing here, but Adam, introduce your player.
It's either Dennis Irwin or Patrice Evra. And I'll go for Dennis Irwin.
Really?
Yeah, I'll go for Dennis Irwin. He's part of one of my favourite Manchester United teams. Again, another part of why we won the treble. 3 titles in a row. Goals, assists, penalties, free kicks, and a solid defender as well.
Grizz, who's the player you put forward for left back?
a certain Andrew Robertson bought from Hull. Everyone laughed and scoffed at the signing, thinking, why are we buying a 7 million left back from Hull? But hey, who's laughing now? He's gone on to become possibly the best left back in Europe.
I think out of any fullback here, any United fullback, Dennis Irwin has to be.
I'm looking forward, like Adam was looking forward in these areas early on, yeah. So I've learned from your tactics, right? So I'm looking forward, right? And check this out.
Sure.
I'm gonna give in because Dennis Irwin had the edge in terms of set pieces and free kicks. Because I remember he was a phenomenal free kick taker.
Well, we're
as
different generations, so you've probably seen more of Dennis Irwin
Exactly,
than I have.
exactly.
And I'm learning from you.
I know
two
where
today.
that's leading now, isn't it?
Exactly.
I'm learning from you two.
Exactly.
Poor old Gary Neville's going to feel the pain for this one.
So-
I was about, I must admit, as the judge, I thought you put up a great argument for Andy Robertson. He's won a lot, he's been an incredible talent. There's an argument for being the best left back in the world right now, but you've given in. Take the left back role.
Lovely, thank you very much.
Dennis Irwin. I'm going to go watch some highlights later.
You need to check him out.
Let's move over to the other fullback side. I think there's a big argument for you, Chris. Surely you're putting forward Trent.
The thing is, this is why I'm hoping this was a tactical vote. Adam mentioned something earlier on, and I liked what he used, the argument he used, and I'm going to use it, not against him, because in the end he's going to agree.
Copying tactics.
But Rio Ferdinand, he said, revolutionised that centre-back playing role in terms of how he played it, and the original Rolls Royce he referred to him as. I think it's fair to say that this fella here, young Trent Alexander the Great Arnold, absolutely revolutionised the way fullback is seen. This guy is a footballing icon, a playmaker, a creator, probably one of the most complex ways he plays this game from a right-back situation. That's insane.
My one's Gary Neville, isn't it?
Yeah.
11 league titles, I think it is. He was a great leader. You know, he wasn't as sexy as Trent Alexander-Arnold in terms of what he did on the football pitch and, you know, the passing and all that. Although he did contribute a lot in terms of assists, overlapping David Beckham. For club and country, that relationship was amazing.
Yeah.
But I think we got to be fair. The numbers that Trent's putting up at the moment as well are ridiculous.
Can I suggest something?
You must admit, if we're talking accolades, trophies.
If we're talking trophies, then Gary Neville's going to win.
Yeah. I'm surprised you wouldn't put up an argument for that.
No, I could, but I think even Gary Neville would possibly put Trent ahead of him.
Therefore, as the judge, I'm going to give you this.
Thank you, sir.
Enjoy the right back role. You've got the right flank.
Trent Alexander the Great.
Liverpool love the right flank. United have the left. And there's only one position left, goalkeeper. We currently have 4 for Liverpool, and I think we've got 6 for Manchester United. So
It's about right though, isn't it? When you
I
look
think
at
it is. As an era, if you look at the trophies.
Premier League era, when you do an all-time Premier League, like there's even some United players that could feel hard done by to not be there or definitely there. Do you know what I mean?
So what's your argument for goalkeeper?
So I got Schmeichel or Van der Sar.
No De Gea?
No. You could make an argument for De Gea, but I think Schmeichel or Van der Sar, they're the greatest keepers that Manchester United have had.
I think you've got an argument for both.
I would probably go Van der Sar because one.
See, this is it.
Van der Sar didn't cartwheel against us when playing for City. So we still hold that against Schmeichel.
Check this one out, guys. Can we do something
can you
different?
put-
But Van der
you
Sar's
put a City player?
probably more of a modern day goalkeeper.
Can we
for
do
sure.
something different here and let me decide his? Because I'm going to concede. No, but check this out, because I'm going to be fair, right? So Alisson is an absolute beast and a monster of a goalkeeper. But just like we spoke about revolutionising this position,
Yep.
and then Rio, and then we're talking about other positions, Peter Schmeichel, for me, revolutionised the goalkeeping position. He was the original one-to-one.
No, I think he's one of the greatest ever, and
His hatred-
he's usually my Man United.
The
player.
fact that he started,
no.
the fact that he started celebrating against them, obviously, it's 13, right?
But yeah, Peter
It was only
Schmeichel's
one
a
last
shout.
season at the end of his
He
career.
won the
right?
treble as well.
Yeah. Iconic.
It wasn't about when he went there.
Fine.
It was about
What
what
he
he
did.
did when they scored against us.
Right, yeah. That's
I'll never rate that.
But Alisson, look, as I said, it's very difficult because of the guy hasn't stopped playing yet. And we don't know how much more he can go on to win because he's still relatively young for a goalkeeper. He's probably got another 5 to 7 years as a goalkeeper, minimum.
Maybe more.
Do you get what I'm saying? So it's very difficult to put him in that argument right as of now, so I'm being fair.
Yeah.
But I just think Schmeichel, and maybe it's because of
Premier League
ruining my
era as well.
maybe because Schmeichel ruined my childhood, like watching those games. I think Schmeichel was a monster.
I think we're going to go with Schmeichel.
Yeah, let's go with Schmeichel.
Yeah, we all agree.
I'm good with that.
As the
Mine's
judge,
the cartwheeling.
to finish it off, Peter Schmeichel.
See, the thing is,
7-4.
right?
7-4 in a
Now,
Premier League era.
the thing is, right, I could feel aggrieved about this, so many red dots, and obviously, because you try to, when you do this, you see Man United now, and it's so difficult to imagine how they've managed to get 7 players in, but obviously we're going back a few decades.
Could have had 9.
There's lots of discussions. I'm sure the comments are going to be going wild during this video. Guys, it's a pleasure to have you on.
Nice one.
I think
Nice
we've got
one.
a great team.
Thank you.
I'm very happy to be here, and yeah, lovely. 7 for United, 4 for Liverpool. It's been a pleasure.
Can we do this in another decade where we'll have about
Where it'll be
Liverpool
9.
8-2 or something?
You'd have to actually win a league again. To do that.
You think he's the midfielder, isn't it, Scholes?
I genuinely thought Paul Scholes was I really did. Like,
Get that on there and get. He said Paul Scholes is.
thought he was so
Why? How?
He had no pace. He was dead small. He
Yeah.
wasn't that
Yeah.
good at dribbling.
Yeah.
He couldn't tackle
Yeah.
to save his life.